Can you really build a body like Patrick Bateman's in American Psycho by following his routine from the movie? Or do you need to follow a plan more similar to the one that Christian Bale used in real life to get into psychotic shape for the role? Well, I'm Paris Demers, a personal trainer who's going to give you everything you need to build a body like Patrick Bateman. And I can tell you right now that you're going to be surprised by how simple and easy the process can be. Let's start by going over the routines of both of these men, who coincidentally are also the same man, starting with the one that spends his free time sleeping with and then dissecting ladies of the night. And no, don't worry, I'm not making serious accusations about Christian Bale's love life. We are in fact starting with the Sigma god himself, Patrick Bateman. In American Psycho, there is a scene that has become legendary among the mentally ill young men of TikTok. Of course, I'm talking about the scene where Patrick Bateman goes over his morning routine. Between shots of him going over his skincare routine and talking about how dead he is on the inside, which are both things I'm grossly unqualified to give advice on, as I almost never wash my face and I left my soul behind years ago. Between these scenes, he goes over his fitness routine, which consists of two things: a balanced diet and a rigorous exercise routine. In the next scene, he's shown working out in his living room as he brags about the fact that he is now able to do 1,000 ab crunches in a single session, which does indeed sound like something only a psychopath would brag about. So from this, we can surmise that Patrick Bateman follows a 7-day-a-week at-home bodyweight training plan, which he of course supplements with unconsensual weighted games of tag while carrying around a 40-pound chainsaw. Now, this is not a form of cardio I would recommend for most people, because of the stress the weight of the chainsaw would place upon your joints as you run. Oh, and also because this type of cardio routine will most likely get you incarcerated for life. Now guys, if you're liking the video and want me to do one breaking down Brad Pitt's Fight Club training next, leave a like, subscribe, and comment Fight Club down below. Okay, Bateman's routine certainly has potential, but for us to uncover the truth of the perfect way to build a Patrick Bateman body, we of course need to talk about the legend who actually did it in real life, Christian Bale. Believe it or not, before being cast as everyone's favorite Sigma Psycho, Christian Bale had never set foot in a gym. In fact, American Psycho was the film that kicked off Christian Bale's career as the Hollywood body transformation god. So seeing as Bale's smooth, uncalloused hands had never felt the cold sting of iron before, the first thing he needed to do was spend a good amount of time bulking up and adding muscle to his frame before he could cut down to the lean, chiseled physique that will go on to inspire millions to become narcissistic psychopaths. To achieve these results, this is the plan he would follow. He would train 6 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he would hit the weights following a full body routine that looked something like this. Then on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, he would do 15 to 30 minutes of high-intensity interval training on a stationary bike or treadmill. And of course, he wasn't going to build any muscle without the proper diet, so he fueled his body with 6 high-protein, high-carb, and moderate-fat meals each day. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This program is pretty whack. Doing only 6 sets per week for each of the muscle groups that he's working on is pretty low volume. And on top of this, the decision to only do 5 reps per set on his pull-ups and bench press, seen as the main goal of this program, was to have him build muscle. And doing 5 or less reps are more well suited for helping you develop strength, not muscle mass. But this goes to show that if you're new to the gym, you can pretty much just touch weights and you're gonna build some amount of muscle mass. Need proof? Look no further than all the teenagers at your local Planet Fitness who are making gains following what we could call suboptimal training programs. But my friends, Patrick Bateman would never settle for something this suboptimal, and neither should we. This is why I'm going to break apart both of these routines, take the parts that work, and discard everything else in order to create the ultimate American Psycho training plan. A 2-phase training plan that is the simplest and most effective way to build a body like Patrick Bateman, without ever needing to clean the blood out of your clothes or leave your house. But before that, okay, so if you're currently the owner of a perfectly average body, one with a moderate amount of body fat, a low amount of muscle mass, and a large amount of potential, what is the fastest, simplest, and most effective way to build a body so ripped that your friends will be forced to show off their $20 a pop business cards just in order to not feel inadequate in your presence? Well, to answer that question, I actually think Patrick Bateman's training program from the movie is a great place to start. Like we talked about before, in the movie, Bateman would perform vigorous bodyweight workouts every morning. And while these types of home workouts aren't going to make you look like Ronnie Coleman,
yeah, buddy! Wait!
they are perfect for building the amount of muscle you're going to need to look like Bateman. Because here's the thing, Patrick Bateman isn't actually insanely muscular. He's got a decent amount of size, but what makes his physique really sizzle is how lean he is. So enough f***ing around, here's the program I've created for you based off Bale's and Bateman's to get you jacked and then get you ripped. And it starts with phase 1, bulking up. For 3 to 6 months, you're going to be doing 5 short workouts a week. 3 of them will be full body strength workouts, with movements like pull-ups using a door frame pull-up rig, push-ups, split squats, and more. And then you'll also be doing 2 cardio and ab workouts with skipping, crunches, planks, and more each week. But now listen up, because in order to actually build muscle with a bodyweight routine as a novice lifter, there are 4 things you need to do, and if you don't do these things, you will never look like Patrick Bateman. 1, you need to do around 8 to 12 sets per week per muscle group. 2, these sets need to be hard. They need to push your body within 3 reps of muscular failure. 3, your workouts need to get harder over time. And 4, you're going to need to fuel your muscles to grow by eating in a slight caloric surplus while getting around 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight per day. But don't worry if this is sounding complicated, because I've included clear instructions on how to do everything in the free program that you can download at the end of the video. Now on to phase 2. Getting lean. At this point, you've spent 3 to 6 months packing muscle onto your frame, and it's time to shred all that fat off and show off your hard work. Things are going to look pretty similar in this phase, but with some slight changes. Now, instead of being in a calorie surplus, you're going to be in a slight calorie deficit. But you're still going to be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day in order to make sure that you don't lose any muscle mass while you're cutting down. I've made the workouts in this phase slightly harder. Since you've been training for 3 to 6 months, you're going to need a little boost in difficulty. But you're still going to train 5 days a week, you're still going to be training hard, and you're still going to be putting down a layer of plastic over everything you own before having someone over. Okay, I'm sick of talking, so go download the full program with the link in the description of this video, and it'll run you through everything you need to know to execute this plan. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment down below who you want me to cover next, and subscribe. Now go check out the crazy process that got Henry Cavill jacked for his role as Superman, and I'll see you there.